Welcome to my first video. I'm a YouTube virgin, but it's about time. I've had the worst art block for about 3 days now, and I thought I'm gonna have to do something about it. So I just opened a page, painted 3 black spots, and I filled one of them already, and I thought I might as well fill the others. So if you are going through art block, try it, give it a go. Just paint black, and you can always draw on top of it, paint on top of it, just anything just to get your brain like reworking again. So I've got, so that's the flat brush. This is so bad. That's the flat brush that I used for doing the background. I won't be using that again. And I have 3 old brushes that I just use for dry brushing, so they're not particularly taken care of. I have a rag that I use for like drying my brushes, all that sort of stuff. I have 2 paint pots, one for dirty water, one for clean water. And the inks that I'm going to be using are the Dahlia and Rowney inks. I've had these since college, which was a long time ago, like 10 years ago. So I think the next one I'm going to do is, for painting wise, might do green. Use my green, maybe some purple. I'll start with them colours. So I'll start with the purple. Just give it a shake. And it's got a nice pipette, so you can just squirt some out. So I'm going to use one of the bigger brushes. Just make sure it's fairly dry. I don't know if any of you have suffered from art block. Most probably. I think everyone has. Some people don't believe in it, but I definitely believe in it. You've just got to get over it, and that's easier said than done, because I know I struggle, but it's just one of those things. It comes, it feels like it's there forever, and then it just disappears. I mean, this is a bit of a longer art block, but I just got so fed up with it. I was like, I'm done with this art block, it can go away. So what I'm doing is just lightly dabbing, just creating some sort of shape. You don't need much of a lighter colours. I'll go back with the darker. So it's just about dabbing and layering. Well, that's the process I do. Some people find their own ways, but a sketchbook is for experimenting in, so you might as well experiment. Use some of the green. Got this light green in emerald green. I'll list a link of the materials and colours I use for this one, if I can get it open. Oh my god, it's so stuck. Right. Oh no, the rings come off. It's a disaster. Okay, we won't be using that green because it doesn't want to come apart. It's stuck. So I'll just lighten up this other green. I'll use just a standard soft brush for mixing. use any size, any make, doesn't matter, it's just to mix colour. So I'd like to hear like if anyone else has any ways of getting over art block. So I'm up for trying new ways. I'll try anything to get over art block, to be honest. The hair. To be honest with you, I don't really know what I'm doing in these videos, but I'd like to do art videos consistently if I can, just because I think I've got a skill, might as well use it. I've not done much of it recently. Just use my finger to dab some out. You can cloud it more by just smudging it with your finger as well if you want. Might use some of the darker and get some out. How's everyone's lockdown doing as well, by the way? I'm just curious because I've been trying to be creative the whole lockdown, and some days have been very creative and other days I've struggled with lockdown. Like, it's quite lonely, I feel. I feel so strange talking to myself right now, but hey ho, gonna give it a go at some point. God, I'm getting paint on everything. I'm so messy. You'll probably learn this if I end up doing more videos, that I can be fairly messy. But it's all in the name of art, I keep telling myself. So now I'm going to use a smaller brush. Well, a slightly smaller brush. Just dry that out a bit. I might take some of the purple. I'll put a bit more down. Like a little bit. Mix it with some of this metallic pink. I'd like to know what you guys want to see from art videos. Do you want like speed paints? Do you want, like, I could do special effects makeup, sketchbook stuff, just what are you wanting to see? Because I'm up for trying stuff and just having fun. Sorry if I'm not talking so much, I'm just a bit lost at the minute. Like the past few days there's been a lot going on and it doesn't do well on your mental health. Let's just put it that way. Right, I'm fairly confident I like what's been put down, so I'm going to take some of the green on the same brush I've just used. I'm just going to flick it. For a roughly over the top of what I've done. Maybe a little bit more white mixed in. You can just literally have fun with these, like your brain doesn't have to think, oh, what piece of art do I have to work on next, like what's on my list of things to do. It just gives your brain like a refresh. It's like the restart button. I mean, even if you just need a bit of inspiration, like I find reading, playing on games, like all that sort of stuff helps me with trying to get going. But it might not be for everyone. Just gonna flick some of the purple. So warning, if you do end up doing this sort of stuff, you will get messy. But it's all worth it. What I'm going to do, I think I'm going to lighten more of the green up. Do like lighter patches like I've done in these areas. So just drying my brush off a bit. I don't know how this video is going to turn out, like I'm so nervous, but I must be mad. Excuse the phone, that's probably my other half messaging me because he's not heard from me while I've been painting. I'm not quite happy with that. I might add some more in the background. Dabbing little bits in. Like the good thing with this, you can keep going and going. Like it all turns out great in the end. And if you don't like something in your sketchbook, you can either paint over it, cover it up, or just move on. You don't have to worry about it. One of my old sketchbooks, I actually drew a face that the eyes kept distracting me so much that I used some washi tape covered over the eyes, and it let me carry on with the page I was working on without them staring at me and distracting at me. So I think next I'll just add a bit of white just to go over the whole top. Use a small brush for this. So a lot of doing these pieces is just like splattering and dabbing. Quite therapeutic. So I've just added a few stars. And what I like doing as well, like if you just use the end of a small brush, you can get like little stars like I've done on the other piece. So just touch it in the white. And then you can just lightly dab. And a couple more. I'm finished with that one. Thinking I might do a brighter one for the next piece. So I'll probably use, got some orange. I need to work out what I'm doing. Orange. Just shaking that up a bit. I'm actually going to put it in the little wells of my paint palette just because the rest of the palette's covered in blues and purples. Some orange. I'm just going to add a bit more white as well. And I might use purple again. I'll use some like a metallic-y red because that'll go well with the orange. I think I put a bit too much in there. Yeah, I think I've got enough colours there. So what I'll do is I'll get the bigger brush again. I might do a planet actually. Yeah, I think I'll do a planet as well. So what I'll do is get some more orange. Trying to decide on the colour of a planet. I might use green. I'll use that soft brush. I'll just... I'm so lost. Paint some orange. Do some orange. Probably not use the orange as the main planet colour, but I'll just block out this area a little bit. It's just watered down. Doesn't matter if it's messy. Just going to be covering over it. I use quite a bit of orange. And I'll drag that out so it's mixing with the black that I've dragged out. The good thing about these inks are acrylic inks, so you can either water them down or you can have them fairly thick and they will just layer and layer and layer. I mean, if you're interested in looking at any of my other artwork, I have an Instagram account. Feel free to check that out. Feel free to not check it out, it's up to you. I have a lot of my artwork on there. Colour. I really want to get into that green. Let's see if I can get into it without being messy. Oh yes, I got into it. Oh, it's so thick. Right, put a bit in there. That is bad. Might use, I've got a really big brush that I could use. Might use that for doing some of the planet. I'll use some of this purple. This is fairly shocking, but it's an experiment and it's the only way you learn is by experimenting. I actually quite like that. I'll not use the big brush again. I might use one of the smaller ones, or use my finger actually, just to dab some areas on. Wash that out later. I'll just use my finger. So I'll dab it on with a paintbrush and then use my finger. It's probably going to be easier. Cover that area a bit. You can see the black underneath. I think that looks fairly good. I'll keep that as that is. Might need some of my red ink actually. I've not got my red ink out. But I think I'll be alright for now. Get some of the purple again. If you end up using this idea, if you've got art block, I'd like to see what you've come up with. Like, you could send me a picture, or if you go on Instagram and hashtag dropdeadrosie, I'll see it. So that's my Instagram name, dropdead_Rosie. I'll put a link in the description. This is also a good art therapy. Like, I suffer with anxiety and you just need to let go a bit. I get too into my artwork and sometimes you just need a step back. A bit of breathing room. You can just relax. I know you can't see the purple that I've put down, but I'm going to add more light of purple. It was just a guideline for where I'm going. probably see that a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is I've decided I'm going to do more of a purple and blue background and do sort of rings of orange and green going around the planet. Hopefully that'll look okay. A few video ideas I had. I don't know if you can hear cats in the background, I apologise. Probably one of my cats fighting the neighbour's cats. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm thinking of doing a scroller series. So I get the Scrollbox subscription and I've had it backed up for a while now, like kept all the materials and stuff together and thought I could go through them and start actually doing some of them. If you guys are interested, I would just like to hear feedback if that's okay. It would really help with where I'm going, or trying to go with what I'm doing. And if I'm rambling, I apologise. I'm not the best at talking in the world, but yeah, well, it's not the end of the world. I'm going to get some blue. Get some dark blue and a bit of light blue and mix it. Oh my god, my words are getting so mixed today. Never mind my inks. Jesus. Oh my god, that's stuck. I just thought this video, like, I know I've not spoken much, but I thought it's a bit of a relaxation and just like chill. Like, it's what the world needs at the minute, is a little bit of chill. I know there's like a lot of stuff going on, but everyone just needs a little break every so often. And it's a bit of time away from madness. i.e. the coronavirus. Cats fighting again in the back. They honestly are driving me mad at the minute. I have 4 cats and they're not happy with these new cats that I've moved in across. They will just absolutely go mental. Like they guard the back gate. I might use a tiny bit of green in the mix of this as well. It might just tie. Sorry about that, the video stopped recording, so I just had to click it on again. Probably a good thing the camera went off actually, because the cats were going mental in the back. That's all you could hear. I'm just creating a ring now. Going around the planet. I might use a smaller brush for this. Not decided yet. I'm going to use a bit of this green. That's going to be too bright, but a bit of green in here, a bit of lighter green, tying it all together. I'll mix some of that with it darker. Use some of the orange. I'm going to use a small brush actually for a bit on the ring. Use a bigger one again. Get a bit of purple in there. think I need more orange going around the ring. Oh, this orange is so watery. Like orange juice. I think I might have to throw it out and get a new one at some point. I think that'll do for the ring. I'll just keep splattering the rest now. Unless I do a bit of that's better. A bit of a lighter colour. Yeah, I just splattered the rest. I really need a new cloth for my paints. It's disgusting. Don't know why that is not lifting. That'll do. It's better. My desk is going to be covered in paint. Everything I own is going to be covered in paint. I mean, if you prefer videos where I'm not talking and not saying things every so often, like, let me know, because I'll just do silent videos or something, add music over. It's entirely what appeals to other people. I do not mind. I like keeping people happy. It's easier. We use a smaller brush. Give it more of a light blue in there. I need to get some of this pink in here as well. Totally forgot to use it. Oh, that makes so much more difference. I like that. See, experiment's good for you. Learn new things. Flick some of that on as well. Do it all over. It's time for some stars. So I'll use a slightly bigger brush. Let's go straight in with the white. And I'll use a bigger brush than that. bigger specks. Oh, I just got white all over. Oh dear. It's okay. It'll be fine. I'm just going to add a few more of the white dots for stars again. For the last little bit of white I have in the pan. And that's me done. If you are currently suffering from art block, don't panic. It'll be over before you know it. Just make a mess, relax, and then your body will just want to draw again. I hope you enjoyed, my words leave me. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Leave a comment, good or bad, I don't mind. I'll live with it, and I hope that you'll want me to do some more. But for now, my art block is over with, I'm done, and have a good night, evening, same thing. Just have a good time, enjoy yourself, keep doing art,